The Hundred Years' War, 1337 to 1453, one of medieval Europe's most dramatic and protracted conflicts, was fought between England and France. It encompassed generations of warfare, dynastic struggles, and social upheaval. Stretching over a century, the war was not a continuous campaign, but rather a series of battles, truces, and political maneuvers that shaped the future of both nations. This article provides a comprehensive account of the Hundred Years' War, highlighting its causes, phases, and the key battles that defined its legacy. Causes of the war. The war's origins were rooted in a dynastic dispute. 1. Territorial claims. Since the 12th century, English monarchs had held territories in France, notably the Duchy of Aquitaine. However, French kings sought to reclaim these lands, creating ongoing tension. 2. Succession crisis. In 1328, the French king Charles IV died without a male heir. Edward III of England, as the nephew of Charles IV through his mother, claimed the French throne. However, the French nobility rejected Edward's claim, favoring Philip VI of the House of Valois. 3. Economic rivalries. Control over the lucrative wool trade and the regions of Flanders added economic competition to the political and territorial disputes. Phases of the war. The Hundred Years' War can be divided into 4 main phases: the Edwardian War, the Caroline War, the Lancastrian War, and the final French Resurgence. 1. The Edwardian War, 1337 to 1360. This phase saw English victories driven by superior military tactics and the effective use of the longbow. Battle of Sluys, 1340, a major naval battle where the English fleet destroyed the French navy, securing control of the Channel. Battle of Crécy, 1346, Edward III's forces, utilizing longbows and disciplined tactics, decisively defeated a much larger French army. Siege of Calais, 1346 to 1347. Edward captured Calais, turning it into a key English stronghold. Battle of Poitiers, 1356. The English, led by Edward the Black Prince, captured King John II of France, forcing France into chaos. The phase ended with the Treaty of Bretigny, 1360, which granted England vast territories in France in exchange for renouncing Edward's claim to the French throne. 2. The Caroline War, 1369 to 1389. This phase saw a resurgence of French power under King Charles V, who adopted Fabian tactics to counter English advances. Battle of Pont Valin, 1370. French forces decisively defeated the English, marking the beginning of their reconquest. Guerrilla warfare. Avoiding direct confrontation, the French used hit-and-run tactics, reclaiming much of the territory lost in the previous phase. 3. The Lancastrian War, 1415 to 1453. Under Henry V, England launched a new campaign, marked by the famous victory at Agincourt. Battle of Agincourt, 1415. Henry V's small, exhausted army defeated a massive French force, showcasing the devastating power of English longbows. Treaty of Troyes, 1420. This treaty recognized Henry V as the heir to the French throne and solidified English control. However, Henry's untimely death in 1422 weakened English claims, setting the stage for French recovery. 4. The French Resurgence, 1429 to 1453. The arrival of Joan of Arc and the leadership of King Charles VII revitalized French resistance. Siege of Orleans, 1429. Joan of Arc's leadership inspired French forces to lift the siege, marking a turning point in the war. Battle of Patay, 1429. French forces decisively defeated the English, reversing earlier defeats. Battle of Castillon, 1453. The final battle of the war, where French artillery crushed English forces, effectively ending English territorial ambitions in France. Key innovations and impact. The Hundred Years' War introduced several military and societal changes. Military innovations. The use of the longbow, gunpowder, and artillery transformed medieval warfare. Decline of feudalism. The war accelerated the decline of feudalism as centralized monarchies emerged in both England and France. Rise of national identity. The conflict fostered national consciousness in both nations, laying the groundwork for modern statehood. The Hundred Years' War reshaped medieval Europe, ending England's ambitions in France and solidifying the French monarchy. While devastating for both sides, it marked the transition from medieval to early modern warfare and politics, leaving an enduring legacy in history.